Boom! We are here with another first listen. Now, I did promise a couple weeks ago that the Sword and Ghost would be up last
Hey,
week.
the holidays and shit happen. I just opened a brand new grooming shop this week, so shit fucking happens, man.
So...
Dude, there's echo.
Yeah, we're in Zach's spare room.
My spare bedroom.
And
I don't have furniture in here yet. I have a washing machine that I have yet to throw away. My DVD box sets that I don't use because Netflix is so accessible. My old television and Nintendo 64 in here. So there's nothing in this room.
And he doesn't have wine glasses, so I'm drinking my yellow kangaroo wine, Shiraz, or whatever the fuck out of this glass here.
And I'm drinking hipster beer that's going to be overly priced in about a year and a half.
Because I gotta be fucked up to talk about this album that
I don't want to talk about this album.
Alright, last week...
this album doesn't deserve it. I'm going to give you my review right now. Half wank. What would we like 5 to... or 1 to 10 wank score? It's not a rank, it's a wank. And I give this half a wank. I'm not even hard yet. I thought about I wanted to, but no.
Bloop. No, I got better things to do.
No, it's pretty much you just put your hand down your pants. Someone knocked on the door.
Yeah, so last week I went to Best Buy to pick up the new Sublime with Rome because the week before when I picked up the new Sword album, I saw it there and I was like, okay, I forgot this was coming out. I'm going to have to get it. So last week I picked it up.
I didn't even know they were doing it.
I knew they were.
I mean, I'm not pissed off that it happened because, I mean, it's pretty much, what would you do? Like, okay, say the only reason anyone saw Ant-Man this year is because it's banking off the name Marvel. Everyone knows the Marvel movies are good. Let's go see Ant-Man. It was really good though. See, that's the thing though. They're playing off a name they know is popular. Okay, this year, perfect example for what that has to go, what that falls in with. Poltergeist. Everyone's like, oh my god, the original Poltergeist was great. And your simple-minded fucks that love these remakes are like, hey, Poltergeist. My dad said that was good. So I'm gonna watch the remake and tell my dad the remake was better.
Yeah, this...
If I had a kid, that motherfucker told me Sublime with Rome was better, I would...
Disowned.
I wouldn't disown him. I would just look at him and say, son, I am really disappointed in you right now. That's worse than ever being disowned. Your parents or anyone tells you that they're disappointed in you.
Yeah.
That just makes you feel low.
But yeah, Sublime with Rome is basically the Total Recall remake of Sublime.
It's just a remake. It's the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I'll get into all of those.
I love the artwork though.
Now,
at least they got a good art direction.
And that's the sad thing. All right, first
I'm not gonna lie. The albums with Brad Noel, is that his name?
Brad Noel. I've heard it pronounced.
Whatever. The ones with Brad don't really have really good album covers.
I mean, yeah, that's
true. The little sun is
40
cool.
Ounces to Freedom has the best album
40 Ounces to Freedom has the best cover, and then the self-titled has a good cover.
Yeah, if you like tattoo shit. I mean,
but that's kind of like right now. That's almost an iconic album.
It really is,
you
man.
You just know what it is when you see it.
So when I get to Best Buy,
it's like Nevermind in some ways, or
I'm
A Night at the Opera. You just know what it is when you see it.
So I'm a fucking sucker for exclusives and shit.
I left the price tag on here.
Especially Best Buy exclusives. So they had the Sublime with Rome.
Fuck Rome.
Exclusive for Sirens. And it was $1.99. So I was like, fuck it. I'll grab it too. But it's got one song that isn't on the album that I haven't heard yet because, you know, I don't want to open shit like this.
That's what YouTube is for.
Yeah, I mean, really. But then, so the album has awesome fucking artwork, man. Let me tell you. All right, you've got this crazy fucking fish on the back, and then, all right, the CD is like, you got some fucking musical notes all in water right there, or sperm. But the CD is really cool. It's like the inside of a mouth and shit. You've got your Courage hangy ball. Yeah. I will give fucking points to anybody who can catch that fucking reference.
The Courage hangy ball.
The Courage hangy ball. All right.
Yo,
so
turn your face from the camera and tell me what cartoon that was from, because I know what you're talking about.
It's not a cartoon, but I will drop one hint. TGI Friday, ABC. Before Sabrina, during the days of Urkel and Perfect Strangers, I believe, like when TGI Fridays was like fairly new.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to say it on camera, man, because I want to see if anybody can get that Courage Hanging Ball. They'll probably Google it and come back and say, dude, it's this.
God damn it.
You don't even remember?
I know the fucking phrase, but fuck, I don't... We saw that like once and just kept that because it was funny.
Okay, so...
Probably Urkel.
Basically...
No one knows it by the name, it's Urkel.
Nah, it's not Urkel, but Urkel... Another hint, Urkel had a crossover episode with... Oh.
Did I just give it... Was it Full House?
It was Full House, man.
Really?
It was Full House.
Are you kidding me? I thought that was like Rugrats or some shit.
No, man.
Are you fucking kidding me? What episode?
I don't even remember, dude. I just remember...
So it's probably not even Full House.
It was fucking Uncle Joey talking to one of the fucking girls, and like the girl was afraid of something. It might have been Uncle Joey. I don't know. How old were we? Like 10, maybe?
It was younger than that.
Fuck.
Dude, Full House was around when we were young. We're the fucking Olsen twins age. Are you kidding me? Fuck, we're the same age, man.
So, alright. The album cover is fucking awesome, man. Basically, it's... The way I look at it, it's fucking Los Angeles with just being fucked up. It's on fire. And, fucking...
That sounds like a Tool album.
You've got fucking tidal waves coming in and shit. Then you've got this mushroom eye, dude, and... Man, it's fucking crazy. The weird fish thing, weird little heart flowers, some water-looking lady, man, right there over LA. Fucking cool. And then when you look on the back, it's a closer picture of Los Angeles. You got Hollywood right there, Hollywood sign. You got people running and shit, and a little police car. Really fucking cool. Then you open it up, boom, you got your mushroom eye dude again, and some more weird shit. Into studio pictures, standard shit. And early, I guess, concept art for the album cover. And then the water bitch and flowers again. And sadly, that's the greatest thing about this album. Now it's time to get drunk and bitch. So, the way I looked at, because Sublime... Alright, on our old Monster from the Studio show, here's the thing. The first Sublime with Rome album, I can forgive it because, alright, it's sort of a tribute, and I would have enjoyed it a lot more if that was the only one they did. Because the guy, Bud Gaw and Eric Wilson, were much better when they were with Long Beach Dub All-Stars, and then when those guys broke up...
It's really smoky. My eyes are starting to burn.
Yeah. When those guys broke up, Eric Wilson formed Long Beach Short Bus, and that shit was cool too. Those were better than Sublime with Rome. And the sad thing, alright, when I listen to Long Beach Dub, I'm not comparing it to Sublime. There are slight similarities, but it's not fucking Sublime.
It's I know the band.
Yeah, it's I know these members and I want to follow them.
Exactly. It's kind of like, for example, Josh Homme.
It's like when you check out Josh Homme's other projects.
You know what?
Les Claypool's other projects.
Yeah, fuck.
Les Claypool's other projects don't sound like Primus, they just sound like Claypool.
Yeah, it's
And the other
same
guys he
thing
plays
with Josh Homme. You have
Queens, Crooked Vultures.
Queens is his band, but when he breaks away from Queens, he has them Crooked Vultures, the Desert Sessions,
The Eagles of Death Metal.
Eagles of Death Metal. He doesn't play or sing on that. He fucking, well, alright, he's the bass player, but he is known to play drums. He plays drums in all the videos.
So the thing is, people are always going to compare Sublime with Rome
to Sublime, because you name it Sublime, just like every fucking Hollywood movie
you
remake.
named it fucking Sublime. Now, I'd probably like it a lot more if it was named something else. But it's not the name the name distracts me, because both Sublime with Rome albums sound nothing like Sublime. It's kind of your standard pop reggae, little bit of fucking ska in there, fucking, it's standard shit. They don't get too fucking crazy. And but when you listen to original Sublime, man, there was all kinds of shit going on those records that really showed their skills as songwriters and musicians. And you don't really get any of that on these Sublime with Rome albums, and that's why there was the running joke on all those monster episodes with the different singers, because it's Zach would bust in, "It's Sublime with Rome, motherfucker," and that's the thing. You're always going to be told it's not Sublime, it's Sublime with Rome, but still they're calling it Sublime. If they had just called it Rome, yeah, it probably wouldn't have made as much. It probably wouldn't have reached as many fucking people than naming it Sublime with Rome. But yeah, the name distracts me. But when I listen to this album, alright, no matter how much I hated the shitty songs on the first Sublime with Rome, this one is worse. This album, Sirens, the album starts off pretty fucking solid with Sirens. Sirens is cool. But then after that, it kind of goes downhill. You have, Wherever You Go, fucking boring. The same, it's every problem I have with this album are the same problems I had with the last Sublime with Rome. There are too many of those slow, maybe mid-tempo kind of just bouncy guitar reggae tracks that don't fucking do anything. They don't fucking change. They don't fucking do anything but that. It's fucking sad. Every track is this. That's it. Every fucking song for at least till Best of Me. I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Until 7 tracks. Everything is blending together.
See, here's what I have to say about it.
What?
Fuck it. They do blend together. But, alright. There's a band I checked out not long ago, because it was an unopened CD at a pawn shop for $1. And the album artwork looked great. Let me go get that real quick. Go make one. I'll be right back.
Making a sig. Holy shit, I'm making a sig. But yeah, so every song is that. Best of Me is the next best song because it changes things up. It gets a little punky. It's pretty aggressive. Nothing really special. Then after that, Put Down Your Weapon is whatever, and then Run and Hide is whatever.
Randomly.
No, Run and Hide is another badass fucking punk song.
Randomly, at a pawn shop, I found that CD that was unopened. I said, I want to buy that because it's unopened.
Why do I know that?
And the album looks cool because I've talked about this before, but we've never listened to it. This is Rustic Overtones.
Okay, yeah.
That's, I mean, it's two dudes in a bunny suit floating, and the art, the painting just looks beautiful, and then it comes out to this big fucking picture. That's badass, dude.
What are you getting at with this?
Where am I getting at?
Yeah.
This is ska punk.
Okay.
With a lot of really cool shit. But it's 2008. It sounds exactly like that shit.
Damn.
Not that this is bad. This is damn good.
Is that closer to the Less Than Jake or Real Big Fish style, or the?
This is closer to what they're trying to.
The very.
It's like someone was inspired by Sublime and wanted to do their own thing, is what it sounds like to me. But these guys have been around forever. Rustic Overtones have been around forever. But the production on this album sounds like the last two Sublime albums are tracks that were left off of this, is what I'm getting at.
Huh.
That's it.
But yeah,
Now,
so
rip-offs.
Run and Hide is really good because it's another little punk song, a little more aggressive. And then to me, probably one of the best surprises on here, and probably my favorite song on here, is Skankin'. It's the 10th track.
Jesus.
Because it is a, I don't want to say this in a bad way, but it's a carbon copy of the mid-90s ska punk sound that
No doubt.
yeah, like the No Doubt, the fucking Real Big Fish, like it sounds like that, and that made me happy. I was like,
Yeah.
alright, because this is very much like the mid-90s. It made me feel like I was 10 again and fucking watching MTV, and whereas, you know, it had the same kind of vibe as The Wrong Way from the original Sublime. That very same, that signature 90s ska fucking, you know what I mean?
I know.
The really fast kind of fucking upstrum shit.
That's the impression that I get.
Yeah,
I
very
never had to knock on wood,
tones, very much like that song too.
but I know someone who has, and I'm sure it isn't good.
And it made me fucking happy. I was like, damn, you know, why? I mean, I would have appreciated a couple more songs similar to that instead of most of them being that really slow mid-tempo, dare I say, copies of Bruno Mars' shitty fucking Lazy song. Zach's taking a piss. I wonder if you'll pick it up. But that's what most of this and the last album reminds me of, is Bruno fucking Mars' Lazy fucking song. Fucking hate that shit. And it's just, my God. Yeah, so Zach, go ahead and say some shit before I get into my next rant.
It sucks. This should not exist. There are some things that I feel are deserving of a comeback. Here's your lighter. Like, some bands work when you come back. Like, fuck, they built a 30-year career off a new singer in AC/DC. Sometimes it works. But 90% of the time it doesn't. You change a very big core member, you lose you alienate an entire fucking fan base.
This is really bad. Did.
This is not.
This is one of the worst albums that I've heard all year. Next to that ICP shit, like this is up there with how awful.
Well, that second one was alright.
Yeah, the second one wasn't as bad as that first one.
But still, I'm just kind of out of the. Okay, ICP can shock me now. It's just.
I'm looking like when ICP, I'm just looking for something funny.
It's not funny anymore because you've heard everything they have to say on the first 6 Joker cards, and now it's like we have to do Joker cards again. No, you don't.
This
Come on with something new.
This is seriously probably the worst album that I've heard from some musicians that are really fucking. Ro Ramirez is good. He's fucking good. It's just they're trying.
Are you serious, dude?
It's out, really?
You're a fucker, you know that?
Yeah. But I mean, Ro Ramirez is good.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's not that it sounds bad. It's just I'm always gonna compare it to fucking Sublime because that's the title you put on the goddamn album.
Other than the 4 songs that I like, it does sound bad because they are all the same.
It's like if a normal band came out with an album that you don't like, you get pissed off at it. And you're like, you shouldn't, why didn't you make, like, it's a drastic change from the original sound. I can't give you an example right now. Okay, Marilyn Manson.
Well, going from the...
Take Golden Age to Heart-Shaped Glasses.
That pissed me off at the time.
Alright, now just take
But I had
that.
to grow up a little bit.
It was still Marilyn Manson, but it wasn't a sound that you were used to hearing. It wasn't what you were expecting. And everything on it sounded very weak to you because you wanted the aggression, you wanted the anger. But that was 3 years prior, and you're like, maybe I'm not ready for that yet. But this is like the new Ninja Turtles movie, the Michael Bay and Transformers movies. It's playing off of our childhood nostalgia.
And that's really what they're doing.
Because it has the name, it carries the name Sublime.
And it looks like
Sublime. We're expecting songs like Two Joints and Caress Me Down. And we're getting this whiny little fat dude trying to be someone he's not. When I'm not taking anything away from him. But dude, try to get your own identity. Don't try to sound like someone else. Change the name of the band and I will fucking love your shit. But if you're trying to carry the name Sublime when it has no substance of what Sublime really was, fuck off.
Yeah, it's really fucking sad. I would have accepted it if they just did the one album.
Yeah, exactly.
Now
like this pisses me off more than the first one did. The first one was like,
the first one was like,
that's
okay,
happening.
Let's check this out.
No, to me
Whatever.
it was like, oh, that's happening. That probably shouldn't, and I'm sure it's gonna suck.
But now that they're
that's the initial reaction I have to any band replacing a member. Like if Nirvana were to fucking, if Jimi Hendrix and all these other great bands were to fucking go back. I mean, could you see NWA without Eazy-E?
Well, they've done reunions and shit with.
I'm sure they've done reunions, but not a full album.
Dr. Dre ain't never gonna make another album again.
No, he's not. Dr. Dre gonna sit there and be like, you know you want that detox, but you ain't getting that detox.
Buy my headphones.
You know you want this Beats by Dre more than you want the detox.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah,
I'm gonna sell you some headphones with a B on it, with a fancy little B font on it.
You're never gonna get Chronic 3, motherfucker.
No, you'll never get Chronic 3, and you'll never get Detox.
You got Compton. You got Compton. Okay.
You got a movie.
You got a soundtrack.
Are those even new songs?
Yeah, they're new songs, and they're just inspired by the sound. Like, I'm intrigued to hear it, but, you know, whatever. It's nothing my whole...
Just buy the Straight Outta Compton album and Chronic 1.
Hell, even Chronic 2001.
Do you remember Chronic 2000 though?
There is no Chronic 2000.
Yeah, there is.
Is it a Dre album?
I don't know if it's Dre, but it's called Chronic 2000.
It's not no Dre album.
I remember Derek had it and had a fucking pot leaf on it. Thought it was weird.
So anyway, this album is awful, and here's the big thing. Here's the big fucker. Another reason I accepted
we should
it.
stop talking about it.
Another reason I accepted the first one was because it was Eric Wilson and Bud Godd, 2/3 of the original Sublime. Guess what? After that album released, Bud Godd said, "You know what? This doesn't fucking feel right. I don't want to do this anymore." So Bud Godd left, and Do you know who's fucking drumming on?
Is it Josh Freese?
It is super drummer Josh Freese.
Oh my god, I just threw out a name and I knew that he's like the studio musician for everybody.
Yeah, if you don't have a drummer,
dude, fuck that. Because Josh Freese makes it sound, he's a good drummer. But if you tell him what to play, he's gonna do exactly what you tell him to play.
But Josh Freese, man, like the dude's been on everything. 9 Inch Nails.
But see, here's the thing: if the studio producer is telling him mimic this drummer, he's gonna mimic that and not put his own spin on it. But if he's just getting in with a studio with a band that doesn't even have a drummer, never had an established drummer, he's gonna go the fuck off.
So
he's a damn good drummer, but god damn it, I hate it when he tries to imitate somebody else.
So you have 1/3 of the original Sublime on here. One fucking piece. You have the bassist. The fucking bassist. And guess what? He's a great fucking bassist. But on here, maybe a couple tracks have some sweet ass bass lines. He jams on the song Sirens.
But see, the drummer knew what was going on. He said, I want to bail.
This sucks. Fucking badly. It fucking sucks.
So we should start talking about it, 'cause it sucks. I mean, all these people know not to buy it.
I mean, fuck. And
don't buy this album, it sucks.
The only reason I'm buying it now is because of my fucking OCD, I gotta have it all shit.
Well, see, that was a mistake. I don't have to. Because I know, for one, I don't like Chester Bennington, but I love Stone Temple Pilots. The only reason I bought that one with Chester Bennington on it,
which is basically a follow-up to our bitching video about
it was $7.
Yeah.
I still haven't listened to it since then. It doesn't hold up. It pisses me off more than anything. Because I love Scott Weiland and his voice. He's like a modern day David Bowie. It's a big stretch, but that motherfucker sounds like David Bowie, goddammit. So, you try to change him with someone like Linkin Park, dude. No, that dude can't even sing live. I've heard recently that Scott Weiland was booed off the stage when he tried to sing a Stone Temple Pilots song called Vaseline because he couldn't fucking do it. And that's flies in the Vaseline, that's an easy song to sing. And him not being able to do it just means he was probably a little fucked up. And
he probably was. I mean,
that's notorious for him. That's why he's always been kicked out of every band. But god damn it, is he a good singer.
I mean, you know, Sublime with Rome is, at this point, with only there being one original member.
There's
they are really just banking off the name to sell records.
Yeah.
And at the same time, originally they were banking off the name, but now with only one original member, they are banking off the name and shitting on the legacy of Brad Knoll and shitting on their own legacy. Because if it gets to a point to where there are more Sublime with Rome albums than actual Sublime albums, that's gonna suck. That's gonna be some dark shit.
Because there's gotta be more songs.
Each of the 3 original Sublime albums, alright, you can count Secondhand Smoke as the final album, but it's just a couple leftover tracks. If anything, Everything Under the Sun should be the final Sublime.
Could you imagine if Chris Novoselic continued Nirvana?
I mean, really?
Wow, there was a new drummer.
Just Chris Novoselic.
Yeah, just Chris Novoselic.
With Paul McCartney,
No, not Paul McCartney. See, that was an offshoot.
Nirvana with Paul McCartney.
Yeah, alright, we'll call it Nirvana with Paul McCartney.
And people will like it then.
But Josh Freese is playing drums. Josh Freese is playing drums on it.
Yeah, Josh Freese is on there, replacing Dave Grohl, man.
Because Dave Grohl's like, I've got
a new complaint. Forever in debt to your priceless advice. Could you imagine Paul McCartney fucking singing some Nirvana?
I've got a new complaint.
Oh my god. But yeah, they're shitting on their legacy. If we wind up to a point where there are more, I'm almost willing to bet this is going to be the last Sublime with Rome album because
Paulie wants a cracker.
It would be a song about him now.
Think she wants some water.
The Courtney wants a crack. So I'm almost.
If the fucking.
He'll just change the words like.
I mean, but in some ways that is a very big honor to Nirvana because he loved John Lennon.
Yeah. But too bad they couldn't get Lennon on
No,
there.
they could not get Lennon because he died before Nirvana was even a thing.
Get a master puppeter. Get a master puppeteer.
But hey, now we got holograms. That shit's bound to happen. You'll have Tupac, goddamn John Lennon, and your Kurt Cobain on stage with George Harrison and the other two Beatles, and you'll probably have Michael Jackson up there. This will be like that Save the World song. What the fuck was that called? You'll have everyone that's been dead.
We Are the World.
We Are the World, sang by all your favorite dead celebrities.
Now, I'm willing to bet that this might be the last Sublime with Rome album. And I'm only going by that with the fact that... Hold on. I'm only going by that with the fact that both bands that Eric Wilson did after Sublime, 2 albums each, Long Beach Short Bus and Long Beach Dub, each only had 2 albums. So this will be maybe 3rd time's a charm, but maybe the second album will be
I don't want it to happen because I know there's only 3 Sublimes.
Yeah, there's only 3 real Sublime albums.
There's only 3 Nirvana albums.
And this is, and you can count Everything Under the Sun as the final album. A lot of people say Secondhand Smoke is that final album, but it's not. They were just fulfilling out their 6th record contract, with a couple unreleased tracks and a couple remixes.
But they didn't release 6 albums.
That's why they released the compilation albums. And I think they fulfilled it with...
After he died?
Yeah, after old dude died.
Okay.
Yes, Secondhand Smoke is like 97.
So technically, once you sign a record deal,
If
you're still under that contract.
We want
once that one dude
6
dies.
albums from you.
We
no matter
still
what
want
band
3 more
it
albums.
is.
We're like, dude, the guy died. We can't fucking do it. Like, how are you gonna blame us? Like,
I didn't give him the
fuck,
heroin.
I didn't kill him. It's not my fault he died. Shit happens. No, you still need to honor your contract. Man, fuck, how we gonna do this? Alright, let's just do instrumental shit. Just you and me, drummer.
Yeah.
Where's the guitar? Where's the singer? Where's the horns?
But yeah, this album is awful.
Where's the horns on the new one?
There's one song with horns.
Bullshit.
And they're barely in there, and it's the last track on the album, and it sucks.
At least
It's sad. It's sad.
Hey, at
man.
least it doesn't have Wiz Khalifa.
All of the... I mean, I liked the song with Wiz Khalifa. last one.
Man.
I liked that one, man.
But still,
But exactly,
what
still.
fucking Sublime song needed to be carried by a popular hip-hop artist back in the 90s?
I don't even know
None.
shit about Wiz Khalifa. That's in fact, that's the only
That's
song.
the thing. I'm not saying
the only
we
time
know
I've
shit
ever
about
heard
Wiz
him.
Khalifa. I'm saying what fucking Sublime song back in the day needed to be carried by a fucking well-known hip-hop artist.
You weren't gonna see Snoop Dogg on that.
No, well, maybe nowadays, if Sublime was
Dude, it's not gonna be
new
Snoop
band-
Dogg, it'll be Snoop Lion because
No, Snoop
the
Dogg
genres
is
match.
no Snoop Dogg is Snoop Dogg now again.
Yeah, but
He
if
released
goes,
a new album as Snoop Dogg.
But if he goes with Sublime with Rome, he's gotta be Snoop Lion.
Man,
He can't be Snoop Dogg. He's gotta be his reggae persona.
dude, my legs look like I got fucking.
So don't fucking buy it. Maybe if you're curious, check it out on YouTube. It's there.
Check out like one song and then
If
go
you're a
watch the cat
completionist,
videos.
get it. But you're probably gonna listen to it once. I mean, maybe some.
If
people
you're a
like it.
completionist in your collection, you're just gonna be disappointed.
And you give it a half a wink.
I don't even. I give it. I just put my hand down my pants and decided falling asleep and watching Netflix is better.
Based off of the 4 songs that I do like.
I mean, alright, there are some songs I do like on it, but it's still not enough to take me.
Give you a whole wink.
It's not enough.
For
It's
me,
just not.
give them the 4 out of 11 songs that I like.
There's 11 out here.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's short.
And the fact that
Oh, the first song is featuring an artist. Jesus Christ.
and the fact that each song is fairly fucking short. The longest song on there is about 5 minutes. So it's mercifully short. The album is mercifully short.
That would be a cool tattoo.
It's barely up there in the 30 minutes.
Like, honestly, that would be a fucking awesome tattoo to have.
Yeah, it would. I give this album God damn it. I give this album
I love the cover. If you can just take Sublime with Rome out of there and Sirens and shit out of there, this will be badass.
Yeah. No.
You gave this album $20 because you purchased it.
I give this
So
album,
that means I want them to make more.
I give this album 2 heroin overdoses.
Ooh, that's worse than barely putting your hand down your pants.
Or maybe I give it 2 mushroom trips.
Well, that would be
Out of
awesome.
2 mushroom trips out
I
of
mean,
10.
mushroom trips is still good though.
But they're a bad trip. Bad mushroom trips. Shitty mushrooms.
Alright, then it should be you spent $20 on a bag of shrooms and you didn't even get a buzz.
2 eaten mushrooms, but no trip.
Yep.
I mean, maybe 2 heroin doses is better than listening to this album.
Overdoses? I mean, how can you overdose again? Unless you survive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay, so you survived the first one, but you died in the second one? Or
you don't make it past that second one.
Walter
Not
White
with
did
this
not turn you around.
Not with this album.
Walter White just said, fuck you. This needs to happen. I watched her die, Jesse.
So, the end of the Sublime bitching, and we got another one coming for you.
For $1.
Wop wop woo. Wop wee wop. My horny little China squid.
I watched her die, Jesse.